Last time on Overunder.
You have any idea where Xavier might have gone?
The last time he was saw in town, he was seen walking into the Overunder tap house.
Can I get a room for it for a couple nights?
I'll take a room and one beer. For now.
Mr. Morningstar should probably get something to drink first.
Wandering around town getting a lay of the land. Most likely back at the library. Okay, how good's the lock is my first question.
Mister, you have no idea the repercussions of breaking into Encyclopedia's library. Okay, so for those of you just now joining us, Marcus made his way to the tap house as well and joined the four. It is now a party of four in the tap house. John Walker is somewhere in town because unfortunately Mr. Final Trap isn't here with us today. He's here with us in spirit, though. I believe he's watching the stream. I'm not sure.
I think he left.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's gone.
With us in spirit?
Yeah, he's with us in spirit.
We
Mostly
can
because
we
somebody
can
shot
hear
him.
his
Anyways.
yeehaws in the distance.
Yeah, pretty much. His yeehaws, explosions, and fireworks. Cleric got the lay of the land, and then after almost failing to break in quietly, notice breaking in was not the hard part. Doing it quietly was a challenge for a second. He was essentially, even though he's blind, quote, quote, even though he's blind, he was essentially flashbanged by magic by someone who calls themselves Encyclopedia. And that is where we pick up. So we're going to head back to the tap house really quick because Leo's character was unconscious for a little bit. So we're going to kind of see where y'all, what y'all do. The barkeep comes back over and addresses you, Morgan, and he looks you up and down.
Let's see what the dice bring to the game now.
Yike. Oy, that's not great.
Ouch. That is unfortunate.
Because you guys can do it, I can do it too. I'm going to use some karma for this gentleman. That may come back to bite him later. To bolster that by 4 points. So 1d20 plus 5. I rolled a nat 1, which is a 6.
You're gonna end up with a 10.
Yes. Okay. He walks over to you and he actually, hold on. Did I roll the wrong stat? I did.
Did you?
He extends a hand for a handshake, and he says,
He's going to reach out and take it as is polite.
"Okay." You feel it is a steady squeeze, a firm handshake, and almost as if he's trying to not hurt you, but really put the squeeze on your hand. You know what I'm saying?
If he's trying to intimidate me, I can do something much worse.
Well, I mean, just what do? You can't really tell if he's trying to intimidate you or not. He's just giving you a really, really firm
He's just gonna
handshake.
roll in. He's just gonna roll in return. So let's see. It is nighttime.
Yeah.
So it goes for. He has a +2. I can't really beat it, but I can at least make a free experience off of this.
Ooh, no, you had a success. So 18, good, or dirty 20.
Nice.
All right. He nods his head and says, "Pleasure, sir. What can I get for you?"
Just a cup of water. Just some water for now. I've been on the road all day.
He nods and he says, "I think I can set you up quite nice." And he steps away from the bar. Thomas, Edward, Joseph, and Marcus. You guys are all kind of standing at the bar together. Joseph and Edward, did you guys continue your conversation much beyond acknowledgement that you guys are probably in town for the same purpose?
To memory, no. I think we just had an intense staring contest.
Dun dun dun. Okay.
With that intense staring contest, can I use a funky little spell?
Are we gonna start a conference call here, Mr.
We're gonna start a conference call!
God
What?
damn it.
What?
Okay, so welcome people of non-player nature where you don't know what the heck is going on. Okay, so the reason why I like this system, the homebrew system that I've kind of built up, is that it is what I like to call a sandbox system, where we plug in things that we want to do, and it's a lot easier to adapt what we want to do to the homebrew system because the homebrew system is simple. And so, you're going to use conference call?
I'm going to use conference call to bring him in. So that's plus my magic stat, which is 6.
Okay.
God damn it.
Did you roll in the wrong place?
No, I forgot to type out roll. That's going to get me every time. Yeah, that works.
That works.
Yep.
Okay.
That works.
Okay, so his ability, his spell that he wanted to make, is called Conference Call. Okay, description. That's a joke description for us. Okay, effect. So roll plus your spellcasting modifier. On a complete success, you can establish a telepathic link between up to 6 people of your choosing. On a mixed success, you can reestablish a link between 1 d6, so you roll a 6-sided dice, people of your choosing. On a fail, you are unable to establish a link. If you wish to add more people, roll plus spellcasting with the same effects, except you may only add 3 or up to 3 respectively. And then there are level ups beyond that. But the important note is that if the caster is the conduit of the spell, if they are knocked unconscious or killed or otherwise magically impaired, the connection is dropped. If a character is linked to the network and befalls any of the aforementioned fates, they will be disconnected from the link. Excuse me. So, you establish a telepathic link with Joseph.
I think something that we should acknowledge first is if Thomas had shown any inclination about the Xavier business, because if he has, I would bring him in too.
Yeah, so that was going to be my next question was, Father, were you paying attention to the whole exchange between Edward and the bartender about Xavier and all that?
Yeah, he was paying attention. He just doesn't know who these people are, so he's not gonna
say anything.
show any outward signs of it.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so in that case, there's just a telepathic link between Edward and Joseph. Now that's great. The bartender returns to you, Marcus, and he places a glass of water on the bar in front of you, and then he looks at you and he sets another glass on the counter. This glass is it appears to be some kind of, you don't quite know what it is. You take a whiff of it and it smells like either a sour wine or an extremely fruity liquor. And he says, "You're going to want to try the house special." And he nods.
He's just going to give a nod and take a sip of it.
He ingested poison.
Yes, the poison. The poison specifically for Marcus. Marcus's poison.
Yeah,
Gosh damn it.
don't worry, it's not copyright. We changed it up. Parody. Fair use.
I'm pretty sure I fucked it up anyway, so...
You 100% did.
Oh, no.
I think you missed the line. I think it's 3 lines, then Marcus's poison.
Yeah, probably.
We're all going to
Yes,
die now.
after-
Lovely.
Yes, sir. He's going to raise an eyebrow at this drink before giving a nod of thanks. And then he's going to turn to what he's going to look over at Joseph and his new friend Edward to see what they're doing.
For the record, the picture of Xavier is still on the table.
Yeah. So he's just going to look at it before just speaking up and says, "I see I'm not the only one here for this reason, it seems."
I believe you did mention something of the sort as to why you were coming in town from so far away, Mr. Marcus. It seems that all three of us have been coalesced into this place by some sort of reason. The only question is it the same one, or are we all here in competitive spirit?
I guess there's only one way to find out.
And what might that be, my good sir?
Just continue on our journey, see how the cards fall.
It has been, in my experience in my few years, that the cards do not fall very often in the favor of those in the right. Perhaps we should tread with caution, lest this expensive venture all the way into the middle of nowhere end very poorly.
Let's.
All right. Edward, what
Edward?
do you... Yeah, I was about to say.
Edward is gonna pipe up and go. So I take it the two of you got letters as well?
So we're saying this, right?
No, he says that part out loud, but there's also a second bit you hear in your head, which is, do you mind if I ask what your name is?
Joseph will say out loud, because he's looking at Marcus right now, so he thinks you're talking out loud. He's gonna go, "Oh, why, you can call me Mr. Joseph Memmerclan. And what's your name, sir?"
Now, because... Hold on. I just want to make sure this happens correctly. Marcus, he's looking at you when he says this.
Yep. Because he thinks Edward said it out loud.
Yes, you're correct. You're assuming all this correctly. This is what happens.
Yep. No comment on the letter question either?
Oh no, you asked one question, then the next, and he responded with the most recent one, your name. Or his name.
Edward will let go. And about
Because
the
Edward
letters,
actually.
Joseph?
Yes?
About the letter, Joseph? Did you do receive letters?
Yes, I surely did. You're saying this out loud, right?
Yes, he's saying this out loud.
Okay. Please be sure to
No.
inform me when it's in my brain.
You will be informed when it's in your brain.
Understood.
I just
So
realized
Marcus is just going to pull out his letter and basically hold it up for them to see, then put it away.
Yep, got one just like that right there. Same seal and everything. Even got the same stamps. Yet this guy must have bought a few.
Sigma, I would like to bring Marcus into the conference call.
I'll let you loop him in for free since you literally... Did you roll a nat 20?
I rolled a 20.
I was about to
rolled
say
a nat
you rolled
20.
a nat 20, so I'm gonna say that it'll carry over until you reach your maximum.
All right. Oh, also I get a point of luck, don't I? Not luck karma.
Yes, you get a karma point.
Woo.
And you mark experience, if I'm not mistaken. Give me...
That is something we should double check.
One moment to double check that. You'd think I'd know better in my own system. I have a bunch of systems running around in my head like chickens with their heads cut off.
Yes, you get XP
question
for
is,
failing a roll,
are they
defeating an enemy, nat 20, overcoming a fear, and as a reward for completing a challenge.
Are they chickens with their heads cut off or heads with their chickens cut off?
Yes.
Did I say that
Okay.
backwards? Please stop.
They're both. Listen,
Yes, they're both.
I hate my life.
don't you hate it when your heads with their chicken cut off?
Good morning, or evening, or afternoon. Hopefully, you guys have been having a wonderful day and you guys are enjoying the show so far. Hello, my name is Sigma, and I am your host and dungeon master here on the Tavern. And I hope that you guys have been having a wonderful week and you're excited to listen to the rest of the episode. So, without further ado, let's get down to business. I want to remind you guys that we have a Twitter and Facebook that you guys should probably go check out so that you guys can keep up to date with everything. We post maps and stuff like that up there. We have a Twitch and YouTube. YouTube has all of the Star Wars content as well as Overunder content. And then Overunder content is also being uploaded to major streaming platforms such as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, just to name a few. We will also be going into a new thing on Twitch here soon. There is a game called Tailspire, not sponsored by the way, that I will be streaming. It is a 3D modeling software where you can go in and create your own Dungeons and Dragons maps. And so, of course, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to make Overunder. And then hopefully we will be able to, at some point, live stream Overunder in 3D. Hopefully that'll be a thing. I also want to remind you guys that we have a Patreon you can go check out, as well as a Buy Me a Coffee. Those are the best ways to support the channel monetarily. If you can't support us monetarily, then of course you can always go and like us on YouTube, subscribe, and then follow the Twitter as well, or not Twitter, Twitch. Too many T's. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. And then lastly, I want to remind you that if you ever think about starting up a podcast, that the best way to go about it is probably through Buzzsprout. I started the podcast, or at least managing it through Buzzsprout when I was trying to get it to like Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all that good stuff. I used them and they made podcasting easier. So I highly recommend you go check them out. Not sponsored by them, but if you do use the link in the description below, not only does it help us, it helps them. So if you think about making a podcast, we highly recommend that you check them out through the link in the description below. So go check out Buzzsprout for podcasting made easy. And just final reminder that you can catch us live every Saturday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where we stream Overunder. So we love it when you guys come out and watch. It means a lot to us. And yeah, we love sharing these stories live. And we're glad that you guys can come out and enjoy the shenanigans with us. So without further ado, let's get back to the rest of the episode. Take care, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Now, has Thomas said anything about on the letter comment? Because Marcus also pulled out his letter to show us.
Yeah, I'm.
Not in,
You've had like one beer. How are you drunk?
IRL, not in game.
Hey, listen,
No,
he's just getting a character.
Okay, so right now he's just fucking confused as why these weird fucking people are just kind of staring at each other.
No,
And
no, they were
one guy's
talking
just
out loud.
randomly talking. Oh, were they?
Yes.
Okay. So he's just confused as to why there's a group of people around him talking.
About Xavier and pulling out letters, no less. He's just like, these fucks, they're weird.
I mean, is he wrong?
Well, he's not paying. Look, he's trying to enjoy a nice cold beer. Well, you fuckers are fucking that up for him.
I mean, that's fair.
Yep. This is true. So, Edward then will announce telepathically. So, I have brought you into what is basically a telepathic link. You can talk freely to any of us, any of the three of us in this link. Well, three total, two other people in the link.
Joseph's going to look over at Edward as he's talking, looking away from Marcus. Telepath? What the hell are you talking about, boy? Out loud.
Edward
I
just
guess
looks at him and goes, "Think your words."
I forgot that
Out
Joseph
loud
is
or
a
in his brain?
corn-fed country motherfucker.
Wait, what
I
did
just
Marcus
like to
See
say?
that
point
in your
out.
head or out loud?
I'd just like to point out that Thomas is just fucking staring at him. Anyone said something. It made no sense.
Yes. Yep. Right.
Heck, did you say think with your thoughts out loud or in my head?
In your head. Now that you're looking at him, you
Okay,
see
we
he's
gotta
not moving
figure
his
something
mouth.
out. Like, I'm sorry, we gotta stop the until you can get this whole mind thing. Like, once you're all linked up, it won't matter. But right now, you can't, like, you don't know if he's pulling some kind of ventriloquy crap or what. But it's like you don't know what the heck is going on. And so while I love the role play, even you the player don't understand whether or not Tech spoke to you telepathically or with his voice, so that all can hear. So I'm just trying. I gotta figure out how we can like make this work. Unless, I mean, I guess the best way to do it is just announce that you said, you said it telepathically. Why do I make this
Yeah.
hard on myself?
Joseph is going to look down at his beer, look down the hole in the bottle, look back up, and say out loud, I have not consumed enough liquor to understand what in Sam hell is going on. Speak plain to me and don't use none of them fancy carnival tricks, boy.
So
Alright.
Edward is gonna look at him, and Sigma, I realize I forgot to ask you. Is the thing we talked about the other day in a call, are they in this conference call?
I'll leave that entirely up to you. Given the level of conference call, I mean, you're a high level spell slinger, so I think it would make sense that you could maintain multiple calls, but at the same time, your conference call spell is at a low level, so I don't know.
But that's just like a one person call. It's like it's kind of going both ways though. Like it's not just me maintaining that one.
Oh yeah. So then, yeah, I think it's fine that if you like maintain
Okay.
like a separate channel, if you know what I'm saying.
We're both contributing to the call on that one. All right.
Correct.
So I just wanted to double check that because otherwise things would get really funny really fast right now. So Edward is going to look at Joseph and go, Joseph, follow these steps exactly. He is saying this like in a low whisper to Joseph, and he says, so instead of talking with your mouth, think what you want to say. Don't talk, think.
Nothing. You're not getting. The guy's looking around. He's so confused. Is this part of a newspaper thing? What is this? Is this like a side? What? What do you mean? Think with my brain? What?
Joseph,
That's my
Oh,
name. Don't wear it out.
Joseph, just all right. Clear your mind and think about what you want to say.
He's going to frown and sort of think kind of hard. Huh. In his brain. Just one big huh. That's it.
Edward will then telepathically say, now, do that. Just keep doing that.
Doing what? He says back. He is teetering on the edge of being in and out. You have the sneaking suspicion that if this keeps up, he may in fact bolt. He's looking like a spooked pony right now.
I understand that this is probably weird, but this is so that we can communicate without people listening in.
What? Wait a second. Wait a second. He's saying in his head, Is this magic?
Yes.
He is going to get his hat, put it on his head, take his key and his bottle. Think, I do not dabble in the sorceries of the devil, good sir. I will bid you adieu if you keep up this mannerism most undispleasing towards God.
Okie dokie. And then do you just walk off to your room after saying
I
that?
guess so,
Okay.
because magic isn't real, and if magic is real, it's literally satanic.
Checks out. Hard to argue with him on that one.
Okay.
Wait. Edward's gonna just counterpoint here real quick and go. Are you suggesting that the magic cleric uses the clergyman uses down in the church to heal someone is satanic?
Clergymen don't use magic. They use the will of God. Something else entirely.
It could be. Are you saying that the will of God is not itself a form of magic?
Absolutely not. It is entirely different in the sense that one comes from the devil and the other one comes from the exact opposite. And that level of categorical thought can't get past your brain case. I don't know what I'm doing here.
You're looking for Xavier, a man who, from as you've gathered, you owe a favor. From as I've gathered, you owe a favor, too. And would it not be better to work with other people who also owe him a favor, too?
As I've read in the
Okay.
good book, there are such things as deals with the devil that, as I have recalled, do not end that well.
I'm not here for you to make a deal with me. I'm here to find Xavier and repay my debt.
And so it was said that on the mountaintop, Jesus was not making a deal with the devil. He was just accepting a little bit of food. Now, it sounds to me like this is very much the same thing.
Thomas, you got any input on all this, or is he just watching this bemused but also annoyed?
Oh, I hope you know
Because it's-
Edward's been saying this all
Oh no,
telepathically.
it's just a stare down. It's just a stare down as friggin' Joseph grabbed his hat. So Edward, are you just kind of, or not Edward, Thomas, are you just kind of watching what they're doing, confused as fuck, but drinking beer?
Just drinking beer, wondering to myself, why do all the weird fuckers come by me?
Edward
Okey-dokey.
will say, really, just as a little bit before I'm guessing you're going to move on, he will say, now, Joseph, I'm a man of my word. If you want out of this, I'll just disconnect you from it, and you can go along your merry way. But all I'm saying is would be, if we're all looking for Xavier, it'd be far better for us to work together. And having the ability to talk to each other from any reasonable distance would help us find Xavier a lot faster. Sometimes you gotta bite the bullet and do things that you normally wouldn't do.
Spoken like a man who's never attended a sermon indeed. However, I do need to find Xavier. But if we're gonna do it, we're not gonna do it with your devil magic. Or at the very least, I won't be a willing participant. If we're gonna talk about it, we'll find somewhere private, like men, and talk it out in the real world instead of this nonsense.
Okay, Joseph,
So be it.
I need you to roll. Okay,
It's one of his fears,
no,
magic.
No, it's not.
That would have been really funny.
No, it's not. Joseph, I need you to roll plus wisdom, and then Warkey, in all of your Dungeons and Dragons and TTRPG playing, have you ever needed to prevent yourself from laughing in character?
No.
What do you think
Maybe
you would
once.
need to What do you think you would need to roll in order to prevent yourself from laughing?
Maybe wisdom, because you know you're not supposed to be laughing in this instance.
Well, I'm thinking straight-faced. So yeah, maybe.
Straight-faced, maybe. It could also be willpower. The ability
Actually,
to...
that's a very good point. So, Joseph, your willpower is what? I mean, it doesn't really change the outcome. So, yeah, Edward, go ahead and roll plus willpower. You forgot to type it out.
Again,
That's
the
gonna
tragic
get me
pain.
every time.
I feel you, man.
Oh, that's not good. That's
I
not good.
I would have to use 3 karma.
Yes, you would.
Sigma, would just, if I may ask, would getting a mixed success be significantly better for this
Yes,
than
yes,
having...
it would. Yes, it would.
Okay, I will use my 3 karma to make that attack.
3 karma. How? What's about to happen?
We start with 2.
Oh yeah, no, you gain karma. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, I gained 1, so 10 puts me at a mixed success, right?
All right. How much experience do you have, by the way?
What?
How much experience do you have?
I have 2 experience.
Okay, so with that 14, Joseph, you hear a booming voice. Actually, both of you do. You hear a booming voice, and nobody else in the room seems to notice.
Oh no!
So, Joseph,
Concerning.
you hear this booming voice, and it says, "My son, my faithful follower."
What? What do you mean? What?
I know what's
Sigma,
happening.
You have
what is this?
stayed faithful all this time. But fear not, for everything happens according to my purpose, and this man, Edward, he is part of that purpose.
Are they talking to Jesus?
No.
What's going on
Is it
here?
who I
Now-
think it is? Do I recognize the voice?
Yeah.
Oh no! I am being duped, aren't I?
No,
does
you're
Edward
not. I
just,
mean,
like...
you have a feeling like you're so close to a 15 right now that you're like, I don't know if this is God or I don't know if I'm being duped. You're kind of in the middle. Edward,
Joseph will take off his big hat and put it against his chest, just in case. Just in case. You never know.
Edward, it's Frederick.
Edward pops on the other line, like just muting himself on the line with Marcus, and Joseph goes, "Frederick, what are you doing?"
Don't worry. Listen. Don't worry. I got this. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna nail this guy. He needs to be on the cycling. You know this. It's the most effective way to do this. So we gotta get him on board, and it's okay. I promise.
And
Why is he from New York?
Because New York's super cool and full of
Yes,
those.
that's the most
I'd say
concerning
the,
part about this.
wait,
whole
I'd say the joke. Say the joke. Can't say it yet.
Fred, what if he doesn't fall for it and he realizes that you're not who you claim to be?
Who the fuck is gonna believe that it's a talking horse, Edward?
This is true.
Wait, what?
I'm a talking. Okay, Edward. I am a
I
talking
see.
ghost horse. I am a talking ghost horse that can speak to people telepathically. Do you know how insane that sounds? Like, literally, if you walked up and talked to him, he'd believe that you're speaking some kind of devil's tongue or something for the combination of words that just came out of your mouth if you just went up there and talked to him like that, okay? Now, would you just calm down, relax? I got this, All right, and then I need
Is the
you-
horse
Alright.
telling you to hold your horses?
Yep.
Oh my god! All right,
Gotcha.
Joseph, I need you to roll your wisdom stat against my NPC's charisma stat.
This is
Oh
Natural
great.
20.
god, a nat 20. I can't even. Okay, hold on. There's only I have a very small chance of doing it. If I roll a nat 20, then I might
If.
beat you.
If.
If
The statistical odds.
if
Let's see what we got.
no
Ah.
way. My son,
Oh, wait.
worry not. You hear the booming voice on the other line, Edward. Joseph,
so-
you have an inkling that this is horse manure that belongs out on the street instead of in this building.
Joseph is going to slowly look over at Edward, narrow his eyes, and
Edward
think,
just looks at you and shrugs.
God, dear Lord Almighty, the Father of hope and Savior of our sins, what is Psalms 2:15?
Joke's on you, my horse read the Bible.
Wait. What the fuck?
Don't worry about it.
I am
Have
gonna
you never
fucking
heard of a
realize-
religious horse?
You know that we have horses, and they are
My
not
son,
fucking religious. My
Did
guy.
you say Psalm 2:15?
Why, yes, of course, my lord.
My son, you clearly can't count because there is no 15th verse of Psalm 2.
Of this I was fully aware. I was simply ensuring that no devilish trickery was afoot, you see. Because this man before me was known to use his mind to speak. And it occurred to me that it was possible that he may modulate his voice in a undivine imitation of your holy majesty.
I see. I will have to have
What
a
the
stern
fuck?
talk with him about this.
So the
Yeah.
horse has apparently read the Bible. Was not aware. Thought that was going to work for sure. 100% thought the horse is going to go, oh, wait.
I mean,
Ah, shit, man, this is educated horse.
listen.
You
Yes.
went to
Listen,
horse school.
I mean, in all seriousness, and listeners are probably being like, "What the hell? This is like the worst case of Dungeon Master railroading I've ever seen in my life." So, me and Tech have sat down and established lore about this character, and he doesn't know it because he is aware of this NPC to a degree, but there is history behind this NPC where this would make sense. So, yes, I'm not just pulling this out of my butt.
We had a talk about this NPC and like kind of
Yeah.
what they are.
Yeah, you kind of know what they are. I've spent
I-
some time
I-
thinking.
yeah.
You just know that they're a sarcastic asshole.
I think my character knows. My character knows a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
And how am I feeling about this voice right now?
Oh, you're not buying it at all. No, this is like, at this point, you're like, yeah, this is. The more I think about this, there should be a lot more holy light in the room, and like, yeah, no. Yeah, you're
He's
not
going
buying
to slowly approach Edward, put a hand on his shoulder,
Uh-oh!
and another hand on his hip, where on his work belt there is conveniently placed
Hey,
a revolver.
hey, Sigma. Am I able to let people interact with me?
So here's the thing. Joseph, you put your hand on your peacekeeping device at your hip, and you attempt to put your hand on Edward's shoulder, but much to your surprise and the surprise of a couple others watching, your hand goes clean through Edward Rian.
Oh, that was rude.
going to look at his hand, kind of wave it around a little. He's going to slowly look back up, and he's going to quietly say, "Oh no.